Okay, let's look at the practice exam 2, problem number 2. Alright, let's find the derivative of this function and also second derivative. Alright, first thing I would do is I don't like square root when it comes to taking a derivative, so I'm going to rewrite it as x over, right, so quantity x squared plus 1 to the 1/2 power. Right? So first derivative. So y prime is equal to, right? So since this is a quotient, so I'm gonna apply a quotient rule. Right? First thing is square the bottom. So we'll get simply x squared plus 1. Right? Derivative of the top is 1 times the bottom, which is x squared plus 1 to the 1/2 power, minus the top guy times the derivative of the bottom guy. So put the power in front, keep the same quantity, so x squared plus 1, subtract 1 from the power, negative 1/2, then multiply by derivative of the inside function, which is 2x. Alright, then we can clean things up. So you have, let's see, 2 cancel out with this 2. Alright, and 1 is not really doing anything. And let's see, this looks pretty ugly. So what we can do is, let's see, I don't like having this negative power here. So I'm going to multiply top and bottom by quantity x squared plus 1 raise it to the 1/2 power. And I would do the same thing to the bottom to get that. Alright, so let's see, if you do that, you're going to get this. Alright. Alright, so if you distribute this guy to the first term, right? So you can see that it's actually square root of x squared plus 1 times itself. So square root is gone, so you would just get x squared plus 1, right? Then if you distribute this guy to the second term, you can see that this is just a reciprocal of square root of x squared plus 1. So this guy actually cancel out with this. So that's gone. And what's left is here, negative x squared. Right? So you have minus x squared. Right? Then on the bottom, if you multiply these together, so you can think of this guy as x squared plus 1 quantity to the first power. So 1 plus 1/2 power would be 3/2 power. So you would get quantity x squared plus 1 to the 3/2 power. Right? So I'm going to just clean up a little bit. Alright, then we can cancel. There's x squared here minus x squared. So you will get simply 1 over quantity x squared plus 1 to the 3/2 power. Right? So that's the derivative. First derivative. Alright? And let's take another derivative since we're looking for y double prime. Right? So first thing I would do is to find the derivative, I'm going to rewrite it as quantity x squared plus 1 raise it to the negative 3/2 power. Right? So then we can just use the power rule along with chain rule. We can find the derivative. So second derivative. So y double prime is going to be right? Put the negative 3 halves in front, right? Keep the same quantity, so you have x squared plus 1. Then subtract 1 from the power, so it's going to be negative 5 halves power, right? Then multiply by derivative of inside. So derivative of x squared plus 1 is 2x. Right? So we can cancel 2 on top and a 2 on the bottom. Right? So what you get is negative. Right? So 3x on top. And then you have a quantity x squared plus 1 to the 5 halves power on the bottom. Right? That's the second derivative. Right? That's it. I hope that this was clear.